Boom, here we have Equate Creatine Monohydrate, sort of a lower end solution, or maybe I should say more for the bodybuilder on a budget. But of course, creatine isn't just for, working out, weightlifting, things like that. There's all kinds of benefits to creatine for basically everyone. It's one of the most well-studied supplements out there. So this, again, is sort of the creatine that you'll find at your local Walmart. Equate Creatine Monohydrate. Is it a pump or is it a dump? Here it is, folks, the Equate Creatine Monohydrate. It's unflavored and has 5 grams of creatine monohydrate per serving, which translates to about 4.4 grams of pure creatine, which is exactly what you want. Somewhere between 3 and 5 grams per day will maximize your creatine stores. And this is not just the Equate creatine, by the way. All creatine monohydrates are about 88% pure creatine, with the other 12% being the monohydrate or the single water molecule. It's also micronized, which makes it more powder-like and easier to dissolve. It's a straight creatine monohydrate, so no colors, no flavors, no sugars, nothing else. In fact, if you taste this powder, you won't really taste anything at all, which is, exactly what you want for a clean creatine monohydrate. There are 90 servings per container, which translates to about 17 cents per serving. And it does include a scooper, which you can't always say, even for some much more expensive brands. Now, this is a product of China, but China manufactures around 67% of creatine out there. Most of the big brands, they will source at least the raw materials from either China or Germany, if they're using a Creapure. In fact, it wasn't until 2023 that the US got its first fully domestic creatine plant. So we've all taken Chinese creatine. All right, so being from China, not really a big concern, at least with a big name like Walmart behind it who knows about quality control. Now, if on the other hand, it was some unknown, sort of no-name brand, just like really cheap, in that case, I wouldn't take it unless they would provide you with lab results. The instructions say to take it 30 to 60 minutes before working out, but there's really no scientific consensus on that. In fact, most studies over the years say to take it immediately after your workout, with newer studies saying that it really doesn't matter when you take it. So I usually suggest that you take it after your workout with a protein shake or meal, but it seems that it just really doesn't matter. And if you don't work out, you're just taking creatine for the brain health or the other benefits, then again, just take it whenever you want. It really doesn't matter. All right, so time to test it out. And I'm going to mix it the same way that I always do, with just, 2 to 4 ounces of water and 1 scoop. And then swish it around. I ain't got no time for a spoon or shaker cups, although you could put this in with your protein shake if you prefer, but just swishing it around works pretty well. As you can see, it seems completely dissolved. So let's give it a taste test. No smell? No, I'm kidding. You really can't taste anything at all. Yeah, there's no flavor, there's no taste at all, which is what you want. It means it's a good, clean monohydrate. So it's actually fine. So there you have it, folks. There's no taste, no smell. It mixes well, and it's much cheaper than many other brands out there, at about $15 for a 3-month supply. So I'm going to give this a pump, pump, pump. All right, go check it out for yourself, folks, if you want to save some money on your creatine. That is the Walmart brand Equate Creatine Monohydrate.